70% of Gen X men say they fear running out of money in retirement more than they fear death. Not illness, not losing someone they love, running out of money. And the reason that fear is so specific and so persistent is that somewhere in the back of every Gen X man's mind is a number he has run but never said out loud. The number on his retirement account, and what it actually pays him per month if he stops working at 65. The average Gen X man expects to retire with $711,771 saved. He believes he needs $1,116,747 to retire comfortably. The gap between those two numbers is $404,976. That is the largest retirement shortfall of any generation alive today. And it did not happen because Gen X men were careless. It happened because they were the first generation in American history handed full responsibility for funding their own retirement at exactly the moment the system made that nearly impossible to do. Their fathers had pensions. Gen X got a 401k, a brochure, and a market that crashed twice before they turned 45. Nobody is calling that what it actually is: a system failure dressed up as a personal one. Here is how to understand what happened to Gen X financially. Picture an escalator, not a working one, a broken one. Every generation before Gen X stepped onto a working escalator to retirement. Show up to work, get a pension, ride it up. Arrive at 65 with a guaranteed monthly check for the rest of your life, regardless of what the market did while you were riding. The escalator did the work. You just had to stay on it. Gen X stepped onto a different machine. In the 1980s and 1990s, American corporations quietly eliminated pensions company by company and replaced them with 401k plans. The pitch was that a 401k was better. You controlled it. You could invest it yourself. You could build more wealth than a pension ever would. What the pitch left out was that you were now personally responsible for every investment decision, every market risk, and every contribution level. At 22 years old, with no financial education, on an escalator that was about to break. And it broke. Twice. In 2000, the dot-com crash wiped out a median of 49% of stock market value. Gen X had been saving for an average of 8 years at that point. 8 years of contributions gone or gutted in 18 months. They handed you a broken escalator and called it freedom. The escalator stopped. They climbed back on. In 2008, the financial crisis hit. Retirement accounts lost a median of 38% of their value. Gen X was now deep into the decade when compound interest should have been doing its heaviest lifting. Instead, they were back at the bottom of a broken escalator, watching 8 more years of contributions evaporate. They climbed back on again. And here is the part that makes this a system failure rather than a run of bad luck. A pension holder in 2000 and 2008 felt nothing. Their monthly retirement check was guaranteed by their employer regardless of what the market did. The market risk was the company's problem. Under the 401k system, the market risk became your problem. Gen X did not choose that. It was chosen for them. And now, at 50, 55, and 58 years old, they are still climbing a broken escalator while the cost of reaching the top keeps going up. That is not a discipline problem. That is a structural betrayal. Now let us talk about the second thing the system never showed Gen X, because the market crashes were visible. This one is not. The average 401k charges between 0.5% and 1.5% in annual fees, depending on the plan and the fund choices inside it. That sounds like nothing. It is not nothing. On a $300,000 portfolio growing at 7% annually, the difference between a 0.05% expense ratio, what a basic Vanguard index fund charges, and a 1% expense ratio, what many employer-sponsored 401k plans charge, is approximately $130,000 over 20 years. $130,000 that left your retirement account in increments too small to notice on any quarterly statement. The financial services industry built a fee structure specifically designed to be invisible at the monthly level and devastating at the lifetime level. Gen X has been paying it since their first contribution. Most of them have never once looked at the expense ratio of the funds inside their 401k. The system was counting on that. Drop your 401k balance in the comments right now, just the number. I want to see how the math actually looks for the people watching this. Now let us talk about what kept hitting Gen X while they were trying to climb back up, because the broken escalator was not the only thing working against them. Gen X is what researchers call the sandwich generation. They are simultaneously supporting aging parents and adult children at rates no previous generation experienced at the same scale. 53 million Americans currently provide unpaid care for an adult age 50 or older. Family caregivers spend an average of 26% of their personal income, approximately $7,242 a year, on caregiving activities. 1 in 3 reduces their work hours to do it. 26% of their income going to a cost that was never in the retirement plan, never in the spreadsheet, never in the brochure the employer handed them at 22. A MetLife study found that caregivers who leave the workforce prematurely lose an average of $304,000 in wages, pensions, and Social Security benefits over their lifetime. The average age at which an adult child begins providing financial support to an aging parent is 49. Right when the broken escalator finally had some momentum again, another weight added to the climb. And simultaneously, adult children who are not yet financially independent. The average annual cost of a 4-year private university is now approximately $62,000 per year. If you have 2 kids in college right now, you are potentially spending $124,000 a year post-tax on tuition, room, and board. That money is not going into a 401k. It is not compounding. It is not climbing the escalator. It is leaving. 2 financial obligations running simultaneously, aging parents above and college-age children below, and Gen X is caught between them with a retirement account that already took 2 direct hits from the market, was quietly taxed by fees for 30 years, and never fully recovered. The escalator is broken. The weight keeps getting heavier, and the top keeps moving further away. Now let's run the number that puts all of this in one place. Gen X needs $1,116,747 to retire comfortably by their own estimate. They expect to have $711,771. That $404,976 gap would require an additional monthly contribution of approximately $2,300 on top of whatever they are already saving just to close it by 65. That is more than double what the average Gen X man is currently saving. After taxes, after the mortgage, after the aging parent, after the college tuition, after the fees he never saw leaving. And here is what does not appear in any retirement brochure. That gap does not wait for you to close it. Every year it goes unfilled, it grows, because the money that should be compounding is not there to compound. That is not a savings problem. That is a math problem. And it was built into the system before Gen X ever made their first contribution. If you want to start putting money somewhere the fees are visible and the math is yours, Webull is where I would start. Link is in the video description, and there is a special bonus for signing up. This channel exists to show you the mechanics before you need them. If that matters to you, subscribe. The average man watching this right now is 54 years old. He started his career in the mid-1990s and opened a 401k because his employer said he should. He watched it lose half its value in 2000 and climbed back on. He watched it lose 38% in 2008 and climbed back on. He has been quietly losing $130,000 in fees over 30 years and never once saw a line item for it. He is currently supporting a parent whose savings ran out 2 years ago. His youngest just started college. His retirement account has $340,000 in it. He needs $1.1 million. He is not behind because he made bad decisions. He is behind because the escalator was broken when they handed it to him, and they told him it was an upgrade. If you enjoyed the video, YouTube thinks you should watch this video of mine next.